In a city ruled by corruption, five unlikely heroes with extraordinary powers unite to expose a ruthless mayor who's stolen their past and threatens their future. With the fate of their city hanging in the balance, can they bring justice to Glass before it's too late? In the vibrant city of Glass, a coastal hub that was once a thriving community of culture and tradition, change is in the air. The city, known for its towering skyscrapers and sprawling urban landscape, is at the brink of a new era. The future is bright, or so it seems. Beneath the surface, however, corruption brews like a storm waiting to break. At the heart of the city's bustling streets, Baobab Heights stands as a reminder of the past, a historic neighborhood that holds stories of resilience, family, and heritage. But the winds of change are not kind to the old. Mayor Akinadare, the ambitious and power-hungry leader of Glass, has launched a controversial city renewal plan, a plan that promises modernization but at a terrible cost. The heart of Baobab Heights is set to be erased, replaced by gleaming towers of glass and steel. For Kyana, a stay-at-home mother of three from Botswana, the city renewal plan is more than just an inconvenience. The land that the mayor plans to destroy is not only home to a thriving community, but is deeply personal. Her family's legacy, rooted in the land for generations, is under threat of being wiped out for profit. As a young girl, Kyana had always dreamed of seeing the neighborhood grow and thrive, but now that dream seems impossible. The mayor's plan is a brutal reminder of the promises he had made to her family, only to be broken in pursuit of wealth and power. When Kyana stumbles upon the truth that the mayor's development project is tied to a much darker history, one that involves her family's stolen research, she is thrust into a battle that feels as much about legacy as it does about justice. Amahle, a bookstore owner from Kenya, has built her sanctuary in a quiet corner of Glass. Her bookstore garden, where books grow alongside lush plants and flowers, has become a haven for the people of the neighborhood. But now it too is at risk. The mayor's demolition crews have targeted her beloved store, threatening to rip it down to make way for his luxury tower. When Amahle realizes that her ability to control plants is more than just a hobby, that her powers are part of something much greater, she vows to protect the space she's nurtured. Her powers, once thought to be part of her soul, now spark a fire in her to fight back. Then there's Mujoba, an artist from Ghana whose works are celebrated across the city. He is known for his massive sculptures, masterpieces that represent the soul of Africa. But beneath the surface, Mujoba's real strength is not in his art. It's in his ability to lift anything, from boulders to steel beams, with ease. His power, however, hasn't always been a blessing. For years he has tried to live a peaceful life, focusing on his art, but when the mayor threatens the land he loves, Mujoba cannot remain silent any longer. He joins the fight to protect the city, knowing his strength could tip the scales in their favor. As a young high school student in Angola, Azizi has always been a bit of an outsider. The world of superheroes is far from his mind until one fateful day when his powers are awakened. During an incident at the beach, Azizi discovers his ability to control and manipulate water, powers that are both exhilarating and terrifying. The more he learns about his abilities, the more he realizes that his powers are not random, but part of something larger, tied to the mayor's corrupt plans. With the discovery of his powers, Azizi knows his life is about to change forever. And then there's Luam, a DJ from Madagascar who has spent his life surrounded by the pulse of music and rhythm. But when he uncovers his own ability to shape-shift and stretch his body like rubber, he finds himself in a fight much bigger than anything he's ever encountered on the dance floor. Luam's powers are as unpredictable as his life, and he finds himself playing a key role in infiltrating the mayor's operations, moving like a shadow within the shadows. These five individuals, each from a different corner of Africa, may seem like strangers to one another, but their fates are tied to one cause: the fight against a corrupt mayor who threatens their lives, their land, and their very futures. It is not just a battle of power, but of legacy, family, and the undeniable strength that comes from unity. Together, they will become the protectors their city needs. The city of Glass is about to witness a monumental event, a gala hosted by Mayor Akinadare to unveil his prized luxury tower. At first glance, the event is just another sign of the city's prosperity, but for those who know the truth, it is the beginning of a battle for survival. For Kyana, Amahle, Mujoba, Azizi, and Luam, the gala is not a celebration, it is their battleground. Kyana's personal stake in the destruction of her family's land becomes even more pronounced. The neighborhood she grew up in, the very place that shaped her life, is on the verge of being erased forever. The mayor's glossy speeches about progress mask a sinister truth. He has plans to privatize the city's water supply and gentrify the neighborhood, which will force the community out. As she watches the construction workers pour cement over the land she once played on, a fierce determination grows inside her. She can no longer remain silent. This is not just about saving her family's legacy. This is about saving the lives of the people who still live there, many of whom have no idea what's about to happen to them. The tipping point comes when she receives an unexpected visit from Amahle. The bookstore owner had been quietly planning her next steps after receiving a demolition notice for her beloved bookstore garden. Amahle's green thumb, once a source of joy and tranquility, now fuels her desire to stop the mayor at all costs. She's learned to manipulate plants with ease, growing vines and flowers that have helped her create a beautiful sanctuary for the neighborhood. But now, she realizes that her powers are more than just a gift for growing plants. They are part of something far greater. Her ability to manipulate nature is a direct response to the destruction unfolding around her. She's come to Kyana with a plan to stop the mayor, and together they begin to hatch a strategy. Amahle's knowledge of the mayor's operations brings them to a startling revelation. The mayor's development projects are tied to a much darker scheme. It isn't just about building luxury towers and gentrifying neighborhoods. It's about securing control over the water supply. In his secret dealings, Mayor Adair has found a way to privatize the city's water resources, turning them into a commodity that will be bought and sold, with the residents paying the price. This is the moment when the stakes rise to a terrifying new level. What began as a fight to save a neighborhood from demolition has now escalated into a battle for the most basic of resources, water. The discovery sends shockwaves through the team. Mujoba, the powerful artist from Ghana, is initially reluctant to get involved. He spent years focusing on his art, trying to maintain a peaceful life, but when he learns of the mayor's involvement in water privatization, his resolve hardens. His immense strength, which he's used to create sculptures, now becomes a weapon against the mayor's empire. He's ready to fight, not just for the land, but for the future of the city's most vulnerable. Azizi, the young high school student from Angola, is struggling to understand the full extent of his powers. Water manipulation is new to him, and with each passing day, his control over it grows stronger. But what frightens him more than his newfound abilities is the realization that the mayor has stolen research from Amahle's family, the research that helped create the experimental serum that powers the mayor's strength. This serum, derived from Amahle's own ancestors, has been used by Adair to enhance his abilities, making him almost unbreakable. This personal betrayal hits Amahle hard, as she's confronted with the fact that the very research she thought was lost has been used for evil. Azizi's powers are growing fast, but he's still unsure how to control them. In the meantime, his fear of not being able to help the team weighs on him heavily. However, his determination to make a difference strengthens when he sees the faces of the people in his community, the same faces that are about to be displaced by the mayor's greed. The discovery of the mayor's involvement in Amahle's family's stolen research drives Azizi to a new level of urgency. His connection to the water, the very source of his power, has now taken on an even more personal meaning. At the same time, Luam, the young DJ from Madagascar, uses his shape-shifting powers to blend into the shadows of the city. His unique ability to mimic others allows him to infiltrate the mayor's inner circle unnoticed and undetected. He's tasked with gathering information about the mayor's plans, hoping to find the evidence needed to expose him. As a DJ, Luam has always known how to read the rhythm of a crowd, but now he finds himself reading the rhythm of the city itself. His shape-shifting powers become a key asset allowing him to blend in with the people around him and gather the crucial information that will help bring the mayor down. With their individual discoveries coming to a head, the team begins to piece together a plan. The gala is the perfect opportunity to expose the mayor's corruption. His plan to unveil the luxury tower is not just a celebration of his success, it's a way for him to solidify his control over the city. But Amahle knows the gala is also the perfect place to pull off a green heist, a daring mission to infiltrate the mayor's penthouse, retrieve the hidden ledgers documenting his illegal activities, and broadcast the evidence to the public. The team, once strangers to each other, now realizes that their diverse powers and backgrounds make them a force to be reckoned with. They are united by a common cause and a shared vision of justice. The stakes are higher than ever as the team prepares for the gala. The mayor, unaware of the storm brewing, continues to move forward with his plans. But the African Avengers are about to make their move. The first step in their mission to stop the mayor and uncover his dark secrets has begun. The tension is palpable, and every moment counts. The night of the gala approaches, and the African Avengers are ready. With their plan set, each member of the team knows their role, but there's an undeniable tension in the air. The stakes have never been higher. The mayor's luxury tower, a symbol of his greed and corruption, is about to be unveiled to the public in a grand spectacle. The event will be filled with powerful people, influential figures, and media from all over the city. It's the perfect cover for their heist, but pulling it off won't be easy. Kyana, whose personal vendetta against the mayor fuels her every step, is determined to make this mission a success. She spent her life running from her painful memories, from her family's shattered legacy. But tonight, she's running toward justice. As she stares at the glossy invitations to the gala, she feels a surge of power. She will not let this man erase the history of her people. The streets of Baobab Heights may be disappearing, but she's ready to fight for them. The plan starts with Amahle, who uses her plant manipulation skills to infiltrate the gala unnoticed. The plan is simple. Amahle will create a bridge of vines and flowers to connect the rooftops of the luxury tower and its surrounding buildings. The vines will provide the team with an invisible route to the top, where the mayor's office awaits. With the gala at full swing, no one will notice the subtle movements of nature intertwining with the concrete. Amahle's plants bend and twist with ease, growing at her command, making her feel a connection to the very earth she's trying to protect. The last thing she wants is for her bookstore to be torn down, and now she has a new mission. This tower must fall, too. Luam is the next piece of the puzzle. His ability to shapeshift makes him the perfect infiltrator. As the DJ from Madagascar, he's no stranger to navigating spaces with ease, but tonight his skills will be tested like never before. With the help of his powers, Luam disguises himself as a security guard, slipping seamlessly into the event's inner workings. He blends into the crowd, scanning for any signs of trouble. His main goal is to loop the security cameras, giving the team a safe window to break into the mayor's private office and access the hidden ledgers. As he moves through the gala, mimicking the motions of the other staff members, his heart races. This isn't a party. This is war. Meanwhile, Azizi, still learning how to control his water manipulation, is growing more confident in his powers. The more he practices, the more he realizes that his abilities are linked to his emotions. He can summon water, bend it, and even turn it into a shield. Tonight, he's not just a student anymore. He's a key player in their mission. As the team sneaks through the building, Azizi climbs the glass facade using his water abilities, creating an aqueous wave that forms into a makeshift ladder. He's able to shield the team's movements from any surveillance cameras that might catch them. His abilities, while still unpredictable, give them the cover they need. Mujoba, standing at the base of the building, waits for the signal to make his move. His strength has always been his most reliable asset, and he knows it's the final piece they need to secure the heist. The moment they hit a roadblock, he'll be there to break it down. As he watches his teammates move into position, he feels the weight of the mission. It's not just about stopping the mayor, it's about the people, the land, and the future. He's no longer just an artist. He's a warrior for the community he holds dear. With the gala in full swing, the tension mounts. The mayor, oblivious to the infiltration happening under his nose, delivers his speech to a packed ballroom. He speaks of progress, of bringing a bright future to Glass, promising that his renewal project will uplift the entire city. The room erupts in applause, but for the African Avengers, the night's true mission has just begun. As they move deeper into the tower, the team faces their first major obstacle. The mayor's office is locked tight. Inside, the hidden ledgers sit under layers of security. The mayor's secret dealings are carefully protected, but nothing can keep the team out. It's Kyana who steps up first. Her super speed allows her to weave through laser grids that guard the office. In a blur of motion, she collects the hidden flash drives and documents. But just as she's about to exit, the sound of footsteps echoes through the hall. The security guards are getting closer. Luam's shape-shifting ability is their saving grace. He mimics one of the guards and calmly directs them away from the office, allowing the team to slip out undetected. But their victory is short-lived. As they make their way back to the rooftop, they encounter the mayor's enforcers, a group of heavily armed security personnel. The tension explodes. The African Avengers are cornered, and the mayor is about to learn the hard way that he underestimated the power of unity. Azizi unleashes a burst of water from the rooftop, sending a wave crashing down on the guards below, knocking them off their feet. Mujoba charges forward, using his super strength to knock down the barricades, while Amahle summons a wall of vines to entangle their attackers. Luam shifts into different forms to confuse the guards, leaving them scrambling. The confrontation is intense, but the team manages to break free. The hidden ledgers, however, remain in their possession. As they race to the safe house, the adrenaline from the close call fades, but the realization sets in. The hard part is still ahead. The mayor is no longer just a corrupt businessman. He's a dangerous adversary, one who will stop at nothing to protect his empire. The heist has taken its toll on the African Avengers. With the mayor's gala in full swing and the team in position, they have already achieved part of their goal. They've infiltrated the tower, accessed the mayor's private office, and retrieved the secret ledgers. But what they don't yet realize is that they've just crossed into a much darker phase of their mission. The mayor, Kyana, is not merely a corrupt businessman. He's a ruthless adversary with a personal vendetta, and he's willing to stop at nothing to protect his empire. Back at their hideout, the adrenaline from their successful infiltration fades, but there's no time to relax. They've only scratched the surface of the mayor's deep-rooted corruption. The hidden ledgers contain not just financial records, but damning evidence of illegal water privatization, land theft, and the dark history behind the experimental serum that has enhanced the mayor's power. The serum, originally created by Amahle's family, was stolen and weaponized by Adere to make himself nearly invincible. The truth of its origins weighs heavily on Amahle. She never imagined that her family's research would be used for such nefarious purposes. Amahle stands silently by the window, the weight of the discovery sinking in. Her heart aches with the realization that the man who tore her family's life apart is the same one who has destroyed countless others for profit. How did he get away with it? The anger inside her is palpable, but so is the overwhelming sadness. It's personal now, and her resolve is stronger than ever. The team has to stop the mayor, not just for the city, but for everything he's taken from them. The team gathers around the ledgers, staring at the incriminating documents. They're ready to expose the mayor's corruption, but the moment of triumph is fleeting. Kyana, who has been the driving force behind this mission, is the first to speak. "We can't just stop here. We have to make sure everyone knows who he really is. We have to show them the serum, the land deals, and the stolen water." Her voice is steady, but beneath it, there's a fierce determination to see this through. The fight for justice is no longer just about protecting the neighborhood. It's about protecting the future of Glass itself. But just as they start planning their next move, the twist comes. As Azizi reviews the flash drives, his face grows pale. He notices something chilling. The mayor had already anticipated their moves. Embedded within the files is a special security system. one that only activates when certain data is exposed. It's clear now that the mayor was prepared for someone to eventually come after him. The trap is set, and it's only a matter of time before the team realizes they've walked right into the lion's den. The team's worst fears are confirmed when they hear a loud crash from outside. A swarm of the mayor's security personnel storms the building, heavily armed and ready for a fight. They've been compromised. The Avengers are cornered, and the mission has just taken a dangerous turn. Luam, quick on his feet, immediately shifts into the form of an innocent bystander and tries to lead the guards away from their location. But the mayor's forces are relentless, and they're getting closer by the minute. Mujoba, who has always been the calm, strong pillar of the team, suddenly feels the weight of his role. The power that had once seemed so effortless now feels like a burden. His muscles strain as he takes the first defensive stand, holding off the guards as long as possible. But even his strength isn't enough to stop the full force of the mayor's army. Every punch, every slam of steel against concrete reminds him of the mission's real cost. Kyana, her pulse racing, knows there's no turning back now. She uses her super speed to grab the ledgers and rush out of the hideout, the wind whistling around her as she sprints through narrow alleyways and over rooftops. But even her speed can't escape the tightening noose. The mayor's forces are everywhere, and time is running out. Azizi, with a heart-pounding mixture of fear and adrenaline, creates a wall of water to shield the group, buying them precious moments. But he's exhausted. His powers are growing, but they aren't yet fully mastered, and it's taking all his energy to hold the wall in place. The team barely escapes the trap, but as they flee through the streets, it becomes clear that the mayor is playing a dangerous game. His forces have already begun to surround them, and the city itself feels like it's closing in. They've exposed his corruption, but now they're on the run, hunted like animals. Luam uses his shifting abilities to disguise them in plain sight, but it's a temporary fix. The team knows that the mayor is going to retaliate with everything he has. The emotional weight of the mission hits its peak. Every hero, once confident in their powers, now feels vulnerable. They've crossed a line, and the mayor won't stop until he's destroyed them. But even in this darkest hour, Kyana refuses to back down. She speaks to the team. "This is our fight. It's bigger than all of us. We finish this together." As the rain begins to pour down, a symbol of the battle to come, the Avengers regroup. They have the ledgers. They've exposed the mayor's plan, but now they must confront him face to face. The journey to bring the truth to the people has only just begun. The final battle is approaching, and it will be unlike anything they've faced before. The City of Glass is no longer a place of hope. It has become a battlefield. The African Avengers are on the run, hunted by the very forces they sought to expose. The mayor's empire is vast, and his power, enhanced by the stolen serum, has turned him into an almost invincible adversary. The team has done the unthinkable. They've retrieved the ledgers, exposed the mayor's plan, and triggered a citywide confrontation. But now, in the shadows of the city, they find themselves pushed to the brink of defeat. As the Avengers flee into the dark streets of Glass, their every move is tracked. Kyana, the fastest of them all, leads the group, her mind racing as she calculates their next move. Her heart beats erratically, but her determination to protect her people is unwavering. Yet, even her incredible speed isn't enough to escape the traps the mayor has set. With his connections and the experimental serum coursing through his veins, Akhenaten has turned the city into his playground, and the Avengers are mere pawns. The team regroups in a dimly lit warehouse on the outskirts of the city. The air is thick with tension. The storm that has been brewing in the city now mirrors the turmoil inside their hearts. They've lost the element of surprise. The mayor knows they're coming for him, and his forces are closing in on every exit. The safe house they had hoped would be a sanctuary now feels more like a cage. They are cornered. Azizi, his confidence shaken by the relentless attacks, is still struggling to control his powers. His connection to the water, once a gift, now feels like a curse. The walls feel like they are closing in around him, and every drop of rain feels like a reminder that they are out of time. But it is Amahle who feels the weight of the mission most deeply. The moment she realized the mayor had used her family's research for his own gain, the anger inside her was replaced by a chilling realization. The mayor wasn't just a villain, he was a thief of her family's legacy. The serum he had stolen from them was more than just a weapon. It was a part of her life's work. She looks at the team, her expression fierce yet weary. "This isn't just about the mayor anymore," she says. "This is about the legacy of my family. We end this now." In the midst of their preparation, Mujoba steps forward. His immense strength, which had once been a source of pride, now feels like a burden. He's the strongest of them all, but even his power seems insignificant in the face of the mayor's serum. The more he fights, the more he realizes the true cost of this war. But his resolve hardens. "We're not just fighting for a neighborhood," he declares. "We're fighting for the future. We're fighting for our people, for justice. We will win this." The African Avengers' unity is their greatest strength. But now, in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds, even they begin to question if they can truly take down the mayor. Luam, who has been the team's master of infiltration, is the first to notice the mayor's final move, the full unveiling of the luxury tower, a grand gala event that will be broadcast live. It's the perfect moment for the mayor to secure his power over the city and cement his control over the water supply. But for the Avengers, it's also the perfect time to strike. They can't just expose him anymore. They need to make sure the world sees his true face. But the trap is set. As they prepare for the final assault, Kyana realizes the enormity of what they're about to do. The final battle will not only decide the fate of their neighborhood, but the future of the entire city. Their success means exposing the mayor's corruption to the public and stopping him once and for all. But failure? Failure means the city will fall into the hands of a man who has already stolen everything from them. The weight of the moment presses down on her, and for the first time, doubt begins to creep into her mind. At that moment, Azizi finds his courage. He has always felt like the weakest of the group, unsure of his abilities. But as he looks around at his teammates, he realizes that their strength lies not just in their powers, but in their unity. He steps forward, hands clenched, and water begins to swirl around him. "We can do this," he says, his voice steady. "Together, we're unstoppable." With their plan in place, they prepare for the final confrontation. Amahle, Kyana, Azizi, Luam, and Mujoba all know what's at stake. They've faced challenges before, but this time the stakes are higher than ever. The mayor is no longer just an enemy. They've learned that he is a product of greed and power, a man who will stop at nothing to maintain control. The fight has become deeply personal for each of them. The tension peaks as the team sneaks into the gala venue, ready to confront the mayor and expose him for the world to see. But before they can execute their plan, the mayor makes his move. He uses his enhanced strength to strike first, sending shockwaves through the building. The final battle has begun. They're no longer just trying to save a neighborhood. They're fighting for the soul of the city itself. As they face the mayor, the team realizes they must push beyond their limits to win this fight. The mayor's serum has made him nearly invincible, but their unity and courage are even more powerful. Kyana, Amahle, Mujoba, Azizi, and Luam are ready. The mayor may have the serum, but they have each other, and that's the ultimate weapon. The night of the final confrontation is upon them. The air is thick with tension as the African Avengers prepare for their last stand. The mayor, Akinadare, stands at the pinnacle of his empire, literally and figuratively. His luxury tower, a monument to his greed and corruption, is about to be unveiled to the world. The gala, broadcast live, will cement his control over the city's future. But for Kyana, Amahle, Mujoba, Azizi, and Luam, it has become a fight not just for the future of glass, but for the heart and soul of the city. The mayor, having injected himself with the experimental serum, is no longer just a corrupt politician. He has become a superhuman, his skin turning to stone-like armor. His strength is nearly unmatched, and he moves with a terrifying speed, each strike a force capable of shattering bones. But the Avengers have something he doesn't: unity, determination, and the resolve to protect what is rightfully theirs. As the team infiltrates the tower, Luam takes the lead. His shape-shifting abilities have been their key to success, allowing them to slip past security and reach the mayor's penthouse undetected. He mimics the appearance of a high-profile guest, blending in seamlessly as the gala continues around him. The music, the laughter, the celebration, it all serves as the perfect cover for their mission. But even with their stealth, the closer they get to the mayor, the more palpable the danger becomes. The stakes have never been higher. Inside the penthouse, the mayor waits. His stone-like skin reflects the shimmering lights from the gala below, and his eyes gleam with malice. He knows the Avengers are coming for him, but he's prepared. The room is laced with traps, and his bodyguard forces are already on high alert. The final showdown is inevitable. The team finally assembles in the mayor's lair, where the atmosphere is thick with tension. Kyana, her heart pounding, knows this is the moment they've been waiting for. She has fought her entire life to protect her family, her people, and her home. She is no longer the young woman running from her past. She is the protector of her future, and she's ready to make a stand. She turns to the team and speaks with unwavering confidence. "This is it. We finish this together." With those words, the battle begins. The mayor charges first, his stone-like skin making him nearly invulnerable to their attacks. Mujoba, who has always relied on his brute strength, lunges at him, using his fists to strike at the mayor's seemingly impenetrable body. But every blow is absorbed by the mayor's enhanced form. Mujoba grits his teeth and presses on, refusing to back down. His strength has always been his pride, but now it feels like a curse. The mayor laughs, taunting him as he effortlessly blocks every strike. Meanwhile, Azizi, his connection to the water growing stronger, summons a massive tidal wave to crash down upon the mayor. The water swirls around him, attempting to drown the superpowered villain, but the mayor's stone skin proves resistant. As the wave dissipates, Azizi is left exhausted, his powers pushing him to his limits. He stumbles, but his resolve remains. "We can't give up now," he mutters under his breath, finding the strength to push forward. Amahle, with her plant manipulation, creates an army of vines and roots that rush to entangle the mayor. They grow rapidly, wrapping around his limbs in an attempt to hold him in place. But the mayor is a force of nature, and his enhanced strength allows him to break free. The plants are torn apart, their roots uprooted, but Amahle doesn't falter. She knows that the battle isn't just physical, it's a battle of wills. "Hold him," she yells, knowing that their unity is their only chance. With every passing moment, it becomes clearer that the mayor is a nearly unbeatable force. But what the Avengers realize, what they hadn't understood until this very moment, is that the mayor's strength isn't just in his body, it's in his arrogance, his belief that no one can stop him. And in that arrogance lies his weakness. Luam, who has been shifting between various forms to confuse the mayor's guards, takes a step forward, his voice cutting through the chaos. "We're not here to fight you the way you think we will," he says, his eyes narrowing. "We're here to show you what true power really is." In that moment, Kyana makes a decision. Her speed, which has always been her greatest asset, has never been used in this way before. With a burst of lightning-fast movement, she speeds across the room, collecting every flash drive, every document that the mayor has hidden away. In a blink of an eye, she broadcasts the mayor's corrupt dealings to the entire city, live on TV. The evidence is undeniable. The people of Glass see the truth, and the mayor's reign begins to crumble before his eyes. But even as the mayor's empire collapses, he fights back, his power surging with the serum. In a final act of defiance, he attempts to destroy the ledgers and silence the team once and for all. But Amahle's plants return, stronger than ever, and Azizi's water manipulations shield the team from his attacks. It is Mujoba, with his raw strength, who delivers the final blow. With a roar, he pulls the mayor into a devastating hold, pinning him down. The mayor's stone-like skin cracks under the pressure, and the serum's effects begin to fade. As the police arrive to arrest the mayor, the Avengers stand victorious, but not without cost. The fight has taken everything from them, physically and emotionally. The city of Glass, once under the control of a corrupt leader, is now free. But as the dust settles, they realize that the true victory isn't just about defeating the mayor, it's about uniting a city, a people, and a future that will no longer be defined by corruption and greed. The African Avengers, having fought for their community, for their legacy, and for justice, have proven that even the strongest forces of oppression can be overcome when they stand together. The dust has settled, and the once gleaming tower that symbolized the mayor's corruption now stands as a hollow monument to his downfall. The city of glass has changed. The African Avengers, battered but triumphant, stand together in the heart of the city they fought to save. Their mission is complete, but the journey they've embarked on will forever alter their lives. As the police take Mayor Akinadare into custody, the world watches as the truth comes to light. His reign of terror is over. The corruption, the land theft, the privatization of water, all exposed for everyone to see. The city's residents, once unaware of the dark forces at play, now know what their leaders have been hiding. The stolen land is returned, and the mayor's empire collapses, piece by piece. Kyana, who had once carried the weight of her family's shattered legacy, now feels a sense of peace. The fight she thought would never end has finally come to a close. Her family's land is safe. Baobab Heights, her childhood home, will continue to stand, a testament to the resilience of the people who have lived there for generations. Kyana no longer feels like a runaway from her past. She is a protector of her future. She smiles for the first time in years, knowing that she's not only fought for herself, but for every person in her community. Amahle stands beside her, looking at the city they've saved. The bookstore garden that once seemed destined for demolition now flourishes once more, untouched by the hands of greed. Amahle's powers, once a source of confusion, now feel like a true gift. She's not just a healer of plants, but a healer of the soul. The mayor's theft of her family's research had been a painful blow, but in the end, it only made her stronger. As she watches the streets of glass begin to heal, Amahle knows that the legacy of her family and of the city is now intact. Mujoba, his fists still sore from the battle, stands at the edge of the tower, looking out over the city. His strength, which once felt like a burden, now feels like a blessing. He's not just an artist, he's a warrior, a protector of his people. The fight was hard, but it was worth it. He's found a new purpose, one that isn't just about creating sculptures, but about building something far more lasting: hope. His heart is full as he watches the people of glass begin to rebuild their lives. Azizi finally feels a sense of pride in his powers. He's no longer the scared high school student unsure of his abilities. He's an integral part of something much bigger. As he walks through the streets, watching the people celebrate their freedom, Azizi feels a deep sense of fulfillment. He's proven to himself that he is capable of more than he ever thought. The young boy who once felt small has now become a force of nature. Luam, ever the trickster, watches the city transform from the shadows. His shape-shifting powers have kept him hidden, but today he's part of something real. The fight for justice wasn't just about stopping the mayor, it was about uniting the city. Luam may have been a DJ, a man of rhythm and music, but today he understands that true harmony is found when people come together for a common cause. He smiles, knowing that the city is now in the hands of the people where it belongs. The African Avengers have done more than just defeat a villain, they've inspired a movement. The city of glass is no longer a place where corruption thrives in the shadows. It's a city where justice has been restored, where the people's voices are heard, and where the future is theirs to shape. Together, they have changed the course of history. As the team walks through the streets, their heads held high, the city celebrates its new beginning. They face darkness, but through their courage, strength, and unity, they've brought the light. The African Avengers have completed their mission, but the fight for justice will continue. The city is safe, but there will always be more battles to fight. And when those battles come, the Avengers will be ready. The fight for justice isn't over. Join the African Avengers as they continue to protect their city and uncover the truth. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this journey. Stay tuned for more, because when the fight calls, they answer.